Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Stay, this is Coloring Bliss, and that right there is Sweet Little Rose, and I also have Steve, my husband and business partner here.
Hi everyone.
We're all here because we are excited about this new paint that we're going to try. Now, a few weeks ago, I did a review and an unboxing of the GANSAI TAMBI Graphite Colors by Kuretake. It was a really fun video because it's a very different, moody, dark, vintagey feeling type paint. And when I released that video, a lot of you said, "You're missing another set of the Kuretakes." And I was like, oh, full set syndrome, that kicked in big time and I had to go buy it. So thank you everyone for letting me know about these, the GANSAI TAMBI Opal Colors by Kuretake.
Yeah,
it's kind of like
really interesting. I'm excited to see them.
Night and day.
Yeah,
is
right.
Kind of what we got going on here. And what's weird about it is, check it out. You can hardly tell there's any color difference at all just from the pans. But we know by the labeling of the package back here, we've got 6 very different colors. I cannot wait to see what these colors look like on white paper and on black paper. And I want to pull out my reference book where I have a whole bunch of photos of actual stones. And I want to check out the opal photos that we have and see how they compare to the opal colors that they have given us.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Let's start with an unboxing. Just a second, Jennifer, before you unbox those new paints, I wanted to mention that I purchased all these paints with my own money. We are not, what's the word, Steve? Sponsored by anyone. So we need your help. We need you to subscribe to our channel, hit that little notification bell, do the thumbs up, comment below. Any one of all those things would really help our channel and we would appreciate it. Now, the other thing I'm going to do at the end of this video is sort of organize all my Kuretake paints into one box and have one master swatch chart. So stay tuned till the middle end of this video to see how I organize all these sets of paint. Look at all of them, all these paints. They all need to be organized so they're quick and easy to pull out and use. Otherwise, I probably won't use them very often. So that's towards the end of the video. But for now, let's unbox the new paints. This is what the box looks like. It says Opal Colors on the top and a little window to show you almost all identical colors inside. The back has some information on colors. It talks about that this paint reflects various color tones depending on the angle from which it is viewed. It shines in pale pearly tones on white and displays a strong metallic color, ooh, on the black dark papers. So I'm so excited. Now, I must admit, I have opened this box once before because I've been working on creating a ton of swatch charts for this video and I needed to make sure I was creating those the right way. And one thing I added right here is this little I wrote Opal Colors using my label maker and stuck this on here, and that's going to have to do with what we're going to do later by organizing all these boxes. So that's why that's there. But you can see now, again, just like the graphite ones, they've got the numbers and the names in English. Yay for me! So it's easy to see that. And then let's take a look at what each of these pans look like. This is what a Kuretake GANSAI TAMBI paint pan looks like. It's nice and big, easy to get a brush in there. And on the back, it's got the number and then a bunch of words in Japanese, I assume. So yay! Yeah, it says made in Japan. Oh, and then it's got the color name here as well again. So if you pop the pan out to color with just this one, you'll be able to get it back again where it belongs. All right, we need to swatch these, and I'm going to swatch them 2 ways to start with. Once on watercolor paper. I've got a whole bunch of Kuretake paints here and 1 line of swatching available left. Perfect for what we're going to do today. So I'm going to swatch this here, and then I also have a swatch book printed on black paper, which I want to see these paints. Here's a whole bunch of the Kuretake GANSAI TAMBI paints here, so we'll be able to compare this line right here with all their other paints. This is the Paul Rubens that I love so much up here as well. Okay, let's get some water and a paintbrush and do our first round of swatching. Okay, do you need another treat? Oh, another treat, huh? Okay. I think that's fair. You're a hard-working YouTuber.
Yeah, she's a really hard worker.
Yep, she needs a treat. Good girl. Okay, now we're going to do some painting, okay? The first thing I need to do to get these opal colors going is spray them all with water, get them all nice and juicy and ready to go. And then I can take my swatches onto the different swatch pages. Now remember, here at Coloring Bliss we have all kinds of really great swatch books that you can pick from. And they're printed on all kinds of different papers. So we've got you covered when it comes to swatching. You definitely want to be a part of this. Look at how pretty. So we're going to do opal blue next, and you can see in the pan it looks just like the other colors, right? But as soon as you start agitating the paint and moving it around and mixing it, you can see that blue sheen start to come up onto the brush. And oh boy, are they neat on black paper. I can't wait to see them move in the light. So cool. Look how different each one looks. And then here's the pan. Oh, it's like magic. Let's look at how the brush looks in the violet pan too. Ooh, this is really fun. It's like magic. Look at that. So pretty. Let's let these colors dry and then we'll look at them in the light. All right, let's look at the white swatches first. That's this bottom row right here. I'm going to start moving it in the light, and hopefully you can see the really subtle blue, violet, green, gold. It's all there. Let me see if I can...
That is so pretty. Here, I'll take your face off.
Yeah, take my face off. And I really want to get the light just right.
There, now you can see the colors.
It's so cool, very subtle, but there's a shine to it, and then when you catch it just right,
There was a really...
When you catch it just right, it does amazing
like right there,
things.
down a little bit, right there.
So
yeah, that's hard.
cool.
Like you said, it's very subtle.
Let's look at it on black. It's this bottom row right here.
Oh my word.
Look at the huge difference.
You would never know that's the same paint. That is beautiful too.
So the cool thing about this is it's exactly what they said it would do. How often does that happen, that I buy a product and start swatching and I'm like, it kind of left me flat. But no, the back of this box said that it would be very subtle, but when you change it with directions, you'll see it on white, and then on black, you're going to get a metallic, strong color payoff. Exactly what we just saw. So cool. And I want to show you now some pictures of opal, and I actually have a piece of rough cut opal here, and we're going to look at them and see if we feel like they did a good job. So this is my reference book right here that I like to use for rocks and gems, to look at different color variations and styles. It's an awesome book right here. And this is the page dedicated to opal. Opal comes in a ton of different colors and different ways. Like this one right here is an opal, but it's mixed in with other things and you get this really cool effect. This is more the opal over here that when I think opal, this is what I think of. Very pale, but when you move it in the light, it gets caught and it releases beautiful things, beautiful colors. Down here you can see, here's Hungarian opal, spiderweb opal. This is the white opal that we are more commonly familiar with. Black opal, fire opal. Look at that one there. So cool. Now let me show you. Steve ran downstairs and asked our sons, who do a lot of work with different gems and rare stones, if they had any opal, and they do. So what was this one called, Steve?
Ethiopian opal.
This is Ethiopian opal. I'm not sure how much it's worth. They're going to be turning it into some
It was a little more
cool
expensive.
things.
It wasn't as expensive as like black opal, but it's pricey.
And they buy it in the rough, and then my boys know how to polish it down to whatever shape or size they want to work work with. And you can't get this wet. It has to stay bone dry. Some opals have to stay wet, right? And some have to stay...
And then you have to dry them out slowly.
Yeah, so
or they
opal are
crack.
it's a very finicky stone. But let me show you actual in the rough opal from Ethiopia. Is that what you said? Okay, I thought that's what you said. There's two pieces here. We'll start with this one that's not shining quite as much until you get it in the right light. You can see there's a flash right there of color. That's the way opal works, which is really similar to what it was looking like on that white swatch.
Yeah.
I'm just going to move this around. So this one's not as spectacular. They're hoping as they work off the rough that more of that shine is going to show up. And bring it up a little higher. There. Now you can see it. Opal is so amazing. Okay, now this piece has a lot of flash on the face of it already, and it hasn't even been polished yet. And look at that. Oh, opal is so cool. See, rough, boring stone that you would walk past. And then you look closer and bam, it's so shiny the camera's having trouble with it. Yeah. Very cool. So do we feel like these opal colors are similar to what we're just looking at? I think the metallic is a little too bright, but the white, I think it's right on. This row right here, I think it's right on. It's so cool compared to an actual piece of opal right there. I think they did a good job.
Yeah.
That's so cool to me. Okay, I'm going to hurry and put these away and give them back to Steve because I don't want to be responsible for them. Here you go.
Thank you.
Zip it up so no water gets on it. We took good care of that opal. Now I want to swatch all of my Kuretake GANSAI TAMBI paints. Let me show you what's going on here so you can see why I want to do this little project right here. Okay, so in the Kuretake GANSAI TAMBI world, I have now the opal colors. I have the graphite colors. So these came out in 2020. These came out in 2022. And then in previous years, they came out with these three right here. Starry colors, pearl colors, and gem colors. So I have 5 sets of these GANSAI TAMBI paints now. And I want them all in one box where I can pull from them, compare them, and use them in the best way possible for my art. Also, with these 5 sets, I have a 6th set of really cool metallic paint that sort of goes in this same world. So I want to include this. And when I bought this box right here, I got a free sample of that color. And so I want to make sure that's in the box too. So we got all these like this, and I found a box that's going to be perfect. Let me show you. A while back, I purchased a 120 set of soft pastels from Jerry's Artorama, and it came in this really nice box, and I love it. It was really finely made, sturdy cardboard, and I couldn't bring myself to throw it away because I figured eventually I'd find a way to use it, and today is that day. I made decoupage over the top with some glittery stuff so that I know what's inside and it fits the aesthetic of the paints that we're going to put in there. It came with a nice foam that held all those sticks of soft pastels in place. So I think I'll be able to use this to help these boxes stay in place. So let me show you how we're going to organize it. And as I organize it, I thought I would tell you the prices of each of these sets so that you will know. Okay, so first off, we'll put the Starry colors up here, and I'm going to take them out of the boxes. I haven't taken them out and kept them out of the boxes before because I like having it all packaged up nice to show you when we have them on a YouTube video. But now I think it's time to pull them out and have them readily available for painting. So the Starry colors box I'm going to keep, but it won't be in here anymore, so I created a label on the end of each box that says what set they are. I could flip it over and see it, but all these pans are loose, Oh, and it doesn't even have it on the back of this one, so it was even more important that I labeled that one. Okay, next up, let me see what order I was thinking. Next up would be the pearl colors. These ones right here. Now, before I open this one all the way up, I wanted to let you know that right now on Amazon here in the US, you can get the Starry color set for a little bit over $15. So, good deal there. And then this is our pearl colors. See, they're just a bit of a pain to get in and out of these boxes, so I don't use them as much as I could. Okay, there's the pearl colors right now on Amazon. The pearl colors are available for $14.99. Next up we have the gem colors, which to me feels like an extension of the pearl colors. Okay, slide this out. And here I've got it marked gem colors. Most of them have the number written right above the color, so that's good. And then the color name I've gotten from various places, and I have them printed here. But the color number is really all we need for identifying which pan is which. Okay, next up after the gem colors comes our new set that we got today, and that's the opal colors. I'll take that out and put it right here. Now, this one is the first one where they put the name and the number right up here, and the name is in English. So, yay, I appreciate that. I may have to tape these little labels down a little bit. We'll see. And then finally for our Kuretake paints is the graphite. Now, I wanted to go back and mention that the gem colors is $17 on Amazon. The opal colors is also $17 on Amazon, and right now the GANSAI TAMBI graphite colors are also $17 online. So we're going to put this box. Oh, this one's particularly difficult to get in and out. And I just simply won't use them if they're a pain like that. So they've got to be reorganized, so I will use them more. Now, right here is where we're going to put that set of paints I told you, which to me feels like they belong in this world. And that's this set. And I've got an unboxing video where we looked at these. The cool thing about this set of paints is that one of the colors actually has real silver. And this cost me, I believe, $58 when I purchased it. It's on sale right now on dickblick.com for $51.32. So this is a huge price jump compared to the Kuretake paints. But like I said, they kind of get used the same way for me, so having them here in this box makes a ton of sense. So I'm going to put that right here, and the box can be put away. And then we have this extra one right here, which I believe you just pop off the plastic top. Yeah, and then you get to this here. So I think I'll keep it in this packaging because I'm worried just like that it's going to get lost. But if we keep it like this, it should be easier to not lose it. Okay, that's how it looks. Let me zoom back just a bit so you can see better. Oh, it won't zoom back. Let me go this direction. Okay, that's how they're going to look when I open the box, and then I'll be able to put this foam in there to hold them all steady, because that's a lot of money in here in this box. Lots of investment that I need to keep nice. Now, to go along with this, I want some swatch charts so that I know which color is where in this new organization and how they look on various different papers. So I've actually created 4 copies of the same swatch chart. This took forever, and it makes me really appreciate our pre-printed swatch chart books, because this was a pain to create, but I'm glad I've got it now because it's going to be laid out the same way as the paints are here. So this row will be this row, this row, this row, and I've got a place for the pearlescent paints over here as well. So this will be perfect for me. I have it set up on this paper, which is watercolor paper. this paper, which is tan. I've never seen all these colors on tan all together, so this is going to be really exciting to me. I also have it set up and ready for on black, of course. We've got to see that. And then finally, I want to see it on gray. In the future, we're going to be using more gray papers here at Coloring Bliss, so I might as well set this up. And then I thought I would just put two back to back like this, the two cool ones, and laminate it when it's done, and same with these two warm colored papers. And then I can set all that in there like that, and I'll be able to reference it. So next up is some beautiful swatching footage. So I'm going to swatch each color 4 times and then wash the brush and go to the next color so that we don't waste as much paint as possible. So let's start swatching. While you're watching these beautiful paints get swatched out onto 4 different colors of paper, I would like to ask a favor. Will you please hit that subscribe button? We're working really hard to grow our YouTube channel, and one of the main ways to make a channel grow is to help the subscription number go up. So if you could take a second, even pause the video right now and hit that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. I just finished doing all the Kuretake paint swatches, and now we move on to the fine tech. Remember, this very first one that I'm swatching has real silver in it. Alright, I've got them all swatched 4 times on 4 different papers.
Oh, wow.
And I think the only one that's still a little wet might be the watercolor paper. It tends to dry a little slower. So I brought Steve back so he could see the differences. So some things I want to point out real quick. This is the fine tech over here versus the Kuretake. So you can compare the golds with the golds up here. This is that paint that has the real silver in it. And then this one right here is a 2-way colored paint, so as it moves in the light you'll see different colors flashing. I think it's blue and violet are the 2 colors that flashes. Okay, and then here's our pearl. So this is the one we're unboxing today, and here's those graphite based ones down there. So that's how they all look on watercolor paper. This is pretty white. It's a little bit off-white, but it gives you an idea of how it will look on.
Oh, those are so
Look at
pretty.
the opals.
I love those opals. Yeah. Keeps catching the light.
Yeah, so good. Even better in person, of course. Here are all the colors now on a tan paper.
Oh, wow.
What I thought was really interesting as I swatched is any colors that are a warm color just really seem to like the tan paper. Even down here, these graphite ones. Oh, look how pretty the...
And those pearls, I think they're probably...
The opals?
Yeah, or opals, I mean, are one of my favorites.
I tried to lay it on really thick, and yeah, it's dry, but yeah, I tried to get it really thick on there. Okay, now let's look at the gray paper. So this is a cool tone paper. So you'll notice like the pewter and the twilight, the silver, they seem to like being on a cool tone paper. Yeah. So let's see how the opals look on the gray. It looks pretty too. I missed one. I'll have to swatch that one here when we're done. Look at that real silver on there. That shine of the glittery real silver. So bougie and fancy. And finally, the really fun one, the black paper. So again, here's the Fine Tech, all the Kuretake, and right here are the pearls. And again, I put them on really heavy so that we could see their effect really well. So if you watch this row right here, and I'll move it in the light, you can see the white of where I put it on really thick. But once it hits the light right, it goes back into that opalescent type payoff. And these just almost disappear down here.
Yeah.
And then check out the real silver again. Wow. Oh, so pretty. And that two-tone twilight color. So fun to play with. Okay, next step is to laminate them all together. I need to swatch that one color that I missed. We'll laminate them, and I'll be right back. I've got all 4 cards laminated now. Back to back are the cool colored papers. So we have the black, which you can still see all the shine, the different way things shine a little differently. And here's the gray. A little bit harder to see some things, especially I'm sure from your view because of the shiny plastic. But I can still see what every color is, and like I said, whether it's a glittery or more of a pearlescent or more of a metallic shine. Here's the warm colors. Pretty. And here's the watercolor paper. So pretty. Make sure I'm getting it in the light right. Okay, so these will be kept right here in this big box once all this has dried, which I think it's pretty close, but I'm going to give it a lot of time to dry. I've even got one of these silica gel packets that I got in an Amazon shipment that I'm going to throw in there too to keep things as dry as possible. I don't want any mold growing on these beautiful colors. So it'll be stored like this, and I really do think I'm going to use them more now that I've got them organized and swatched and logical set up here so I can pick the right colors at the right time to get the best effect. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching me unbox and swatch all the Kuretake and Fine Tech paints. Would I recommend the opal colors? Oh yeah, they're going to be used in a very specific situation. So like you've seen in the swatching, don't expect these to pay off super metallic, bright colored on whites. But if you're like me and you work on different colored papers, or you're willing to lay down a darker base layer so that these have a shinier, brighter effect, then you need to purchase them. Plus, it'll satisfy your full set syndrome if you're like me and you've been collecting the Kuretake paints. Thanks for joining me, everyone, for another really fun dive into these amazing different kinds of paints. It's been so much fun, so inspiring. I can't wait to use it in my coloring and in my art projects. Love them. I hope you all have a wonderful, colorful, blissful day. Bye-bye, everyone.